This meeting is being recorded.
All right, Chris.
Yo, guys, welcome back to another episode of Ian and Chris's awesome podcast. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for because we got episode 6 today. Very exciting episode, Ian. I've been pumped. Sorry we didn't post anything last week. We had some issues. Ian, had some issues with his stomach. So we had to cancel last second. But yeah, very excited for this episode. We have a very, very special guest that I'd like to introduce, being Moira Geiger. Clap it up.
Hey guys.
Yep. I don't know. Moira's been a good friend of us for a while, right, Ian?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm not really sure how we invited her on, but somehow she made it on.
You gotta work
Um,
your way in there.
I
pretty
feel
sure
like we
she
just,
kind of invited herself, but
yeah.
I think we're
Yeah,
I
glad
I
we're
did.
definitely glad to have her on for
I
sure.
don't know if it was she forced herself on or we're just this desperate for guests. Um, but she's on anyway, and we can talk about some interesting stuff that pertains to her life, being very general. So yeah, we'll see where this conversation goes. No more has a lot of cool things to talk about. But anyways, we can just get right into it, Ian. Uh, I guess we can do, oh, I don't even have the thing up. So we can do our week. We can start with our weekly update, Ian. I can start with myself. What happened this week? Just overall busy week, especially this week and next week. 'Cause I've been kind of super busy. I like so many essays, so many tests, but whatever. Um, Big news. I went to the Minecraft movie yesterday. It was
How was
awesome.
it?
It was awesome. Great experience. Chicken jockey it was worth the hype. It was super funny. Highly recommend you go. Overall awesome time. And I feel like you guys should both go. What else happened?
We'll see. We'll see.
In the
Um,
works.
all right, whatever. And I volunteered yesterday or no, I volunteered today. So that was today. Yeah, I had my last soccer clinic today. That was fun. Um, yeah. And what else? Yeah, I've been just writing a paper all day. So that's been my life. And you have any oh, I played pickleball today too. I forgot I did that too. Been a long day. Anyways, Ian, you have any updates?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, been a very busy week for me as well, especially the last few days. I've had a lot of stuff going on. So Friday afternoon, my dorm, Dillon Hall, we had our annual opening day wiffle ball tournament. So all the sections of our dorm compete. My
Did you
section,
win?
I'm gonna get there, Maura. Maybe don't interrupt
My
me when I'm
bad,
trying
my
to.
Hey,
bad.
Maura, stay in your lane, okay? All
No.
right, yeah, shut up. There you go, Ian.
All right. Um, my section, section 1B, we're kind of like we're the underdogs of the dorm. We've lost every section sporting match we've had this year. You know, definitely doubt coming towards us from all directions. Long history of losing in section 1B. So, we got out there. We were just playing, having fun, nothing to lose, and yeah, we took the tournament by storm, won the whole thing. Massive underdogs in every game, especially the championship. But it was all grit. It was all heart. We brought it home. So that was kind of my second biggest athletic accomplishment of the week. And then my first biggest was actually yesterday morning. Every year Notre Dame does a half marathon, so I'm proud to say that I ran the Holy Half Marathon yesterday.
All right,
So
Ian.
yeah, got my little
Go.
got my little
Wow,
participation medal here. Got first
you win.
place. Got first place. Yeah, sub five
Wow,
sub 5 minute mile. But
awesome.
yeah,
Good
Wow,
numbers.
I knew you're training for that. I'm very proud of you, Ian, for meeting your goal. That's awesome.
thank you.
Um, oh, I forgot one thing. I had a rugby. What's it called? We had a rugby tournament not last weekend. And we got third, so that was like cool, I guess. It was in Lancaster. Lancaster sucks. By the way, it
Did you
just
see horse
sucks.
and
It's
buggy?
awful. Nah, I mean, I actually didn't see any, but it was just wet and cold and smells bad. Anyways, I wanted to add that in. Anyways, congratulations, Ian. That's awesome. Great
Thank
to
you.
hear.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, and then we also had Notre Dame had their spring football game yesterday, so that was cool as well.
nice.
Very
Very
nice.
fun. And Ian, how was curling practice?
It was good. It was our last curling practice of the year. Sent the seniors off. Getting ready for
How
a
do,
great
how
year.
do you send the seniors off for at curling practice?
They actually had a bagpipe player there for like a little ceremony.
Are you
What?
serious?
Yeah.
You had a bagpipe player?
At
Is that
curling
like a Notre Dame student that just like signed up to be the curling bagpiper?
I guess somebody just like emailed the bagpipe ND troop and like got a bagpiper there. So
Oh my
Oh wow,
gosh.
yeah,
very nice.
That's some dedication.
it's good stuff. We're looking to take the curling world by storm next year, so keep an eye out for Notre Dame curling.
I'll definitely be looking out. I can't wait to watch more of your clips, Ian. I'm a big
Yeah, out in
fan.
Arizona.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Maura, you have any updates you'd like to share?
All right, what did I do this week? I actually started off the week very sick. I had been like having an ongoing sickness, but then like Monday I just like felt terrible. But we're up
Tom
now.
sick?
We're doing better. Dom was sick actually. Yes.
Oh, why would that be?
That might have been my fault. Anyway,
Was it what?
um,
More, we have kids that watch this.
Chris brought it up.
This is E for everyone. I don't want to hear about your sexual relationships on this podcast. Let me be honest with you.
Chris.
More, we really don't want to hear about your sexual relationships.
Unless unless Don wants to, like, I mean, maybe I'd hear it from Don, but I don't want to hear it from you. I'll be honest with you. This is
All
ridiculous.
right. Anyway, and then the rest of my week, I've been very busy. I've had a lot of school stuff. I'm now the student body president of Rider University.
Bang.
Congratulations, big deal. Yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
you and
Got a lot of big
Jade should
shoes
hang
back.
out.
Yeah,
Shout out Jade.
share
She-
SGA. Do they call it SGA there?
I don't know, but all I know is, yeah, actually, I don't know. No comment. No comment.
Yeah. So I have a lot of student government stuff going on. Friday we played against Columbia. We lost, but I was very happy with my performance. So that's all you can do. You got to focus on yourself. But it was a very surreal day because it was my last spring game ever. Because the fall will be my senior season, and then I'm like done. Like I don't have to do the spring games or anything next year. So unless wherever I go after whatever I end up doing, I might have spring there. But it was my last spring game, so that was sad. And then we had a fun night with my team. We did Olympics, and it was very fun. I repped Ireland with my friend Meg.
What type of Olympics?
Um, a type of Olympics. I can't disclose everything. You know, it's secret team bonding. Um, and then last night, so yesterday was two of my good friends' birthdays. One is my friend Liv at Ryder, so I was with her during the day. And then the other was my friend Maddie from PJ's. We work together. She goes to Rowan, so I went last night to celebrate her birthday with a bunch of my friends. That was fun. Did not get a lot of sleep. Woke up very tired, but then I had clinic today, and now I'm getting ready for the next week. But it was good. Oh, and our one teammate flew back to Germany today, so that was sad. I had to say goodbye to her, but I'll see her on my Euro tour next summer.
Nice.
Goodbye, or
Oh,
as the Germans might say, Auf Wiedersehen. Right?
Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen. Yeah.
Guten Tag.
Hello.
Hello. Guten
Oh.
Morgen.
I also forgot. I went to Topgolf on Friday. That was fun.
Somebody said Topgolf is like going to go out of business soon because the chips in the ball, like the company that makes the chips, like isn't renewing their contract or something. So like they won't have like the license for it or something. So like unless they find a new company that specializes in those, then they're like kind of screwed right now.
Oh,
Mm.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care. But that was cool. Thanks for the addition, Maura.
No problem.
Um,
Some general.
I
Do we
guess
have any general updates for the group?
Friend updates.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I got one.
oh, okay. Let's hear it, Ian.
Um, Big shout out to Nate. University of Florida won the NCAA
Mm.
March Madness
Uh,
tournament. Nate was there at the game, so love that. He made an Instagram post. It was not tough. Just so everybody
I
knows
want to,
that.
yeah, like, can I just chime in here?
Yeah,
I
go
like,
ahead.
uh, not to stand on like a pedestal or anything, but like, honestly, Nate, you're not tough. You're not tough. We all know you're not fucking tough. Like, you always post on Instagram, and you're like, oh, look at me, I have so many friends. I went to Florida, and I thought, oh, maybe they think he's cool. They think you're not cool as well. And it's honestly embarrassing at this point that you keep trying to play this persona. We all know you're not cool. Like, honestly, the whole time I've known you, you've been trying to act cool, and you haven't been cool. So like, just like honestly, just own it at this point. Just realize you're not cool. I don't think you ever will be, honestly.
Oh my
But yeah.
God, that was a little bit
Oh,
more extreme than I was going for,
Nate's
but
catching
hey,
strays.
it annoys me. It honestly annoys me because I know very well that everyone thinks the same thing, and no one's gonna say it publicly, but we all know it.
well, I was just gonna say I'm most annoyed by his use of lowercase letters. Like, dude,
Mm.
just
People
make
who
the
type
first
in
letter
lowercase
capital.
letters
Come
are
on.
really weird.
Like, what are we doing? Because you have to put in effort, to make that lowercase. Like, you're trying not to, like, if you're trying to make it look like you're not trying, but you're trying so hard to do
Nonchalant.
that. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, he's not nonchalant. He's chalant. He's Nate the chalant.
Yeah, I think another thing I just want to add is that like you text Nate and he reads your messages every time but doesn't respond because he like it thinks he's too cool. So it's like a one-way conversation. He reads everything I say to him, but he never responds because he's too cool. Anyways, yeah. So that's enough Nate hate for now, I guess. Probably maybe some more later in the episode. But yeah, what else happened? Any other updates you have, Ian?
Um, we mentioned on our last show that our friend Julian's going on the journey of weight loss, self-exploration. Don't have any updates there. I've been texting him every morning for like the last week and a half. I've gotten one response, and it was a really disturbing image of a lion with some text that I can't really repeat on the show.
I love
Um,
those memes. They're so funny.
yeah, but Julian
And
seems
you're a small dog, Ian.
I'm a small dog. Okay, okay, Ian. Okay, that's
I'm a,
coming from like the most like Chihuahua guy out there, yipping and
Chris is
yapping.
such a chihuahua.
everyone
He
no
doesn't shut up.
ask anyone that I know here at school, they say I'm a lion.
That's a
Be
good one.
quiet.
What do you mean be quiet? People are gonna watch this, and I've been doing a lot for the podcast. I'm getting all my friends on here, all my friends, and they all say one thing. Damn, Chris, you're really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they say. We had one of your
Actually,
friends
I'm
on
pretty
here.
sure most of these videos, the friends have been making fun of you.
No.
All right. Well, anyhow, I did actually have like a real conversation with Julian. He does seem to be doing well, though it's always hard to tell. But I think he's in a good spot. So go, Julian.
Yeah, shout out Julian. Hope maybe you can get from morbidly obese to obese soon.
Gosh, climbing down the ladder. The girls are doing good. Everyone's very busy. Like, everyone's getting that point in the semester. Marina is in Boston. She was visiting her brother this weekend. Shout out Marina.
Yeah.
Great podcast episode last week.
Yeah,
Just
Ian, apparently the whole sorority of Marinas watched it and they all loved you. That's what I heard.
Oh
yeah,
So
wow.
yeah. Oh, I was on FaceTime with Chris and Marina and we were talking about that. She said her sorority did not like some of your jokes though, Ian.
Which
hmm
ones?
When you were like I really hate periods. Like they thought you were like a douchebag.
That's
What's
not that's not my brand. That's not my brand of humor. But it was an opportune time for it. I saw the chance.
Shoot or shoot.
What's up, Chris?
yeah, not to switch topics, but like is Dom still there?
Yes, he's doing his homework.
Can Dom sense when it's that time of month with you as well.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're gonna
Chris,
move on from this topic. We're gonna continue the conversation. I think that's enough for updates for the
he
group.
didn't hear a word you said because he's locked
No,
in.
Maura, let's start to get into your individual experience. You're a D1 college athlete, a field hockey goalie at Rider University, studying computer science, minoring in cybersecurity. Is that correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you got a lot of awesome stuff
Ref in the
going on.
bio.
A lot of awesome stuff going on. So why don't you just start wherever you want? Like, just go. Tell us about yourself.
All right. I mean, you gave me a good introduction. I played field hockey my whole life. I always played a lot of sports growing up, so field hockey was my favorite. It felt natural to just keep playing it. So I joined Princeton Club, and then my cousin Maeve actually played field hockey at Rider before me, and so that's why I was kind of interested in the school, and now I'm here. But I make myself very busy. I like staying busy. Chris, what are we laughing at?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
All right.
This is a trend with Chris. He tends to laugh while our guests are speaking, undermines their whole appearance on the show. It's all right.
Yeah, it's because he likes it to be all about him. Very chihuahua.
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Oh, all right. Um,
Yeah, that's awesome. So I guess one area that I'll start is so for anybody who doesn't know, right, Rider is a smaller school in New Jersey, probably not necessarily the most commonly known one if you live, halfway across the country or the world. It's also, conveniently about 45 minutes from our hometown. So I want to hear about what's your experience been like with that, staying in New Jersey. What went into that decision? What do you think about kind of that small school atmosphere? How do you like it there? How has meeting people been? Just like whatever you want to do with that, however you want to go.
all right. Well, at first, actually, I did not like the idea of being too close to home. I didn't want to, I don't know, I didn't want to like be stuck in one area, but I've actually really liked being close to home. It's nice that like my entire life, like my parents have been able to like see me play, and that my dad has not missed a single one of my college games, like even like when I had my redshirt year. So that's really great. Like a lot of the teams we play too are local. Like we play a lot of teams in Philly or like Monmouth or something. So that's nice. Like when family can come see me. Sometimes friends see me. Chris, you saw the Villanova scrimmage one time. So
Yeah.
like that's all. That part's all very nice with it. But in terms of the size of rider, I don't mind a smaller school. It's nice. Like I like walking around and like just being able to like say hi to people, and see people I know. But the whole like meeting people thing is never much of an issue. I'm a pretty outgoing person, but the athletic community at Rider is very large. There's a lot. I think there's like 800 or something athletes, and we have a little less than 4,000 undergrads. So it makes up like a sizable chunk. And just like you're in the same athletic centers and stuff like that, or you're sharing fields, so you get to know a lot of the athletes around you. It's been pretty fun. And now I'm very glad like I stayed in New Jersey. I love New Jersey. I'm a big fan. A lot of my teammates though are from Pennsylvania and they give me a lot of noise. But I don't know. I still love New Jersey. But it's weird being close to home when everyone else is still very far. A lot of my
Mm,
friends like at Rider, their home friends like don't go too far away or anything like that, but
right.
all you guys go to school very far from me. So that aspect has always been a little interesting. But it's nice like to know that whenever people are home, like they're close like to me that I can go home and visit them or things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think kind of like a little follow up. You mentioned how, you've never had trouble meeting people. And I think a question that I asked of Nate when he was on this podcast, right, a little shout out to Nate was, I kind of mentioned how he's a big relationship guy. I feel like, he's always getting into relationships, meeting people, he's in a frat. He does well. Chris, stop shaking your head. He's in a frat.
What are we talking about, bro? Like,
Go. Be
I
quiet.
said at the beginning of the
Bro, be
episode,
quiet.
everybody of those people is fake.
Stop it. All right. I'm just saying, like, he's like very big into relationships. Like, I feel like he goes out
He's
of his
fake.
way. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So anyhow, Nate basically, he shared how he views relationships, relationship building as like one of his big pillars. So I guess I was just curious, like, how do you view relationships in your life? What role do they take? What's your approach to making relationships, to making them last? Just give me like your worldview on relationships, whether that's with friends, with family, with significant others, perhaps. I don't know. Just you take whatever route you want to take.
Of course. I think college was like the best like lesson for me with relationships. Freshman year, it was tough being like the transition from high school athletics and high school busyness to Division 1 athletics is a lot. And I think I really leaned on my Chris.
Chris, if you're
Wow.
gonna talk on the phone while you're muted, you gotta turn your camera off. Are you serious? Turn your camera off. We can see you talking.
He's still going.
All right, Moira,
What is he doing?
just ignore him.
All right, be quiet, guys. We have a guest. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey guys, happy to be here and shed some insight on my nosebleeds. I would say that my nosebleeds, probably started mostly in middle school. Got worse in high school.
Nate,
Frequent.
Nate.
we didn't ask. Chris just did this randomly.
What?
We
Keep
weren't
going,
we
keep going.
weren't talking about your nose.
Nate, we were not talking
We weren't
about that.
talking about your
Recent. I got
nosebleeds.
one in line for the national championship at the Alamo Dome. Um, I got one on Bourbon Street. You want to say that one? And yeah, they're very annoying and damaging to my well-being. They make me lightheaded.
All right,
Yours
thanks for the
are
insight,
actually
Nate.
just
That was
hitting on
awesome.
you.
Yep.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for that.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Are you serious,
Yeah.
Chris?
Well, anyways, you can see, bro, he's a bum. He gets nosebleeds all the time.
Are you serious?
Bro, like, literally, I called him. I was like, tell me about something interesting about you. And he was like, let me talk about my nosebleeds.
I don't. I doubt that that's how the conversation
That's
went.
literally what happened. That's literally what
I'm
happened.
almost 100% sure you led him to talking about nosebleeds.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. Come on. Are you serious?
Bro, he's so fake, bro.
All right. Anyway, Maura, maybe
Anyway.
Chris will allow you to get back to what you're saying.
Yeah, so freshman year, I think I leaned on my home friends a lot. I think our group chat, there's a lot of people in it that like you text in it, someone will bound to say something. Like it has this kind of like little burst of energy and stuff. So that's been nice. It's been nice having you guys all to support and connect with. And I think also like I think of like my parents who still like talk to their hometown friends like, 40 or something years later. And I think like the value, like what I've learned from that is like you just got to keep putting in the effort. Like you keep putting in the effort with all your home friends. Like even if you can't talk to them every day, like sending them something or just like checking up on them, it's very important. And I think that too, like in college, you meet a lot of people, especially like in the athletic world. I feel like in field hockey specifically, it's a little smaller of a sport, so you know a lot of the people you're playing against. So it's all just like keeping up those connections. There's so many like teams I feel like I play where I know the girls or like played rival high schools and stuff, and we'll just like talk after the game. And I think it's really nice. And I think the connections like you make in life are some of the most important, and they're what get you going every day.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, I have more questions to ask, but Chris, I mean, if you want to jump in, I'd love to have you participate if you'd like to.
Yeah, yeah, I do have a couple questions. I think, looking back at our time together more, there's a couple things that like stand out for me for the most part. Whether it be like, spending time at your house or, like I don't know, just your overall personality. But aside from that, I think one of the things that stands out is like your odor, and I was
Okay,
wondering.
I'm gonna jump back in here. Okay,
Well, I
Chris.
was gonna wonder what are your personal hygiene habits,
okay,
and
I'm gonna jump back in. So you talked about a little bit.
that's a question.
So
And this is not just your podcast.
take it seriously, man.
I was serious.
Shut up.
Answer the question, Maura.
You've insulted like every one of our last three guests.
You
I
were
have
ripping Pepe. Oh my gosh. Um, I shower every day. I brush my teeth every day. I don't know what else you want to hear.
She is good hygiene. She is good hygiene. You've heard it here. Moira Geiger has good hygiene. So rest assured. All right, Chris, you want to try again or should I hop back in?
Ian, you might need to take the reins on this one.
All right, so I'm gonna go kind of down the relationship route again, but I'm very curious. So, you say you love New Jersey, right? I know you have a lot of family nearby, a lot of big family tradition, a lot of great culture within your family. I know you're super Irish. You love to do a lot of Irish stuff, Irish dancing, St. Patty's Day celebrations. But I definitely see with you something that like my family doesn't necessarily have, where you have like this super close knit extended family, a lot of tradition, a lot of culture. Can you just talk about like what the role of that has been in your life, how that's helped you, how that's supported you, what you found in those relationships?
I think my family is great. They are all different versions of me. Like, they're all loud, outgoing people, and I wouldn't want it any other way. It's really funny. But it's so great. Like, everyone's just very good at checking in on each other or, like, sending little things. My dad and his siblings, like, they have, like, their little group chat, and my mom and hers too. But all of aunts and uncles like text me before games and stuff or text me after and they're like, oh, I heard you did so well today. So that's always nice. And I have a lot of cousins and it's fun like when we get to catch up or stuff. And a lot of them like have played sports in high school or college too. So it's nice like getting to go and see each other's games and stuff.
That's great. Thank you. Yeah, I've got some more directions I want to go, but Chris, love to give you another shot if you want to hop in. But
I think I'm gonna have to pass.
okay, yeah, no problem. So you've mentioned a lot about how, you felt the support from your family coming out to watch your games. So I kind of want to transition to what I know kind of like the main thing you felt you wanted to talk about, which is like college athletics and your experience as a college athlete. So I was wondering if just like real quick before we dive into it, could you just like walk us through like what's it like? What's it like being a college athlete? What's your day to day like? I mean, some people they might have a skewed perception of college athletics, with NIL and like kind of the bigger college football stars, college basketball stars kind of taking the spotlight. Just like tell us, what's it like for you? You're a regular everyday person, right? You're walking down the street just like anybody else. Well, what's it like for you as a D1 college athlete? What's your life like?
Well, yeah, my college athlete life is a lot different than any of the superstars or anything like that. But I think my like I go to a smaller school. The NEC is obviously a small conference. Ryder is MAC, but the Ryder field hockey team is in the NEC. Both are small conferences, and I think that's nice. Like you get to see a lot like grittier play because like in our conferences and the teams we play like may not be the most skilled that are like winning national championships, but everyone's fighting and everyone's working hard, and I think that's something very special about our team. So like that part of the college athlete like experience is great because everyone just like really cares and really want to be there because you don't have like no one is forcing you to do college athletics. It's a lot. And so I think like the mindset of being able to stick with it, like the people that make it all the way through like really want to be there and it's a very nice culture to have. But my everyday in the fall is a lot busier. That's like field hockey's main season. You get your 20-hour weeks, and you're practicing. We practice like at our home field. Sometimes we go and practice at Princeton, which is cool too. That's always fun because we do like our little team van rides. We have lift, we have film. We travel a lot. Like we definitely are heavier on the travel season. Our season for the fall is looking like only 4 home games. So
Wow.
that's going to be a little rough. A lot of time on the road. But it's like, I think the most important part about college athletics is kind of shifting your mindset where, like, oh, a lot of time on the road, kind of change that to, like, oh, a lot of time that I get to just hang out with my teammates and just, like, chill and have fun. So I think not sweating the small stuff is very important when you're playing college sports, especially when you're not playing in a sport like field hockey, in America at least. Like, you have your NCAA level, you have, and then it's either you're going to the Olympics or you're playing in an adult league. Like,
Right.
there really is, there's, unless you're like coaching or anything, but the actual playing wise, it's not like football or basketball where you can go and make a career out of it. So I think it's really just like soaking up everything you can. Like, you're here to enjoy it. You're not there's nothing after it. There's no play for me after. My life as an athlete is going to be over in a few years. And so it's just enjoy it. Have fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. It can be, but it's not supposed to be.
Good
Awesome.
insight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chris, you got anything off of that? Or?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you've been, was it 2 years so far in college athletics? I know you've gone through a lot in a lot of ways. But over that course, like, how has your like mindset of like what you would define as a success and what you would define as a failure like shifted over the course of these past few years?
Yeah. Um I'd say college athletics has like been the biggest change on my mindset. Before I was like, I mean, well, this is anyone. Like, if you're playing D1, like, you were very successful in high school, very successful athlete in high school, still, still working at it at the college level, but you're like, you just gotta win what you can do. Like, if 90% of your practice was good and 10% was bad, you focus on the 90%. And then the rest will all kind of fall into place. And I feel like that is how this spring has been for me. I think this is the spring that I've had the best mindset and I'm playing the best. Like, I'm not worrying about things I can't control. I'm just letting the ball do the work. Like, I'm just doing my job and everything will fall into place as it's supposed to be. I think also college athletics makes me realize like you got to be flexible. You got to accept change. I mean, for example, I started out like coming into college thinking I would be here for 4 years, and now my path has changed. Now I'm going to graduate Rider in 3, and I'm going to pursue a master's degree afterwards, and I'll have 2 more years. So it's nice. Like, I get a bonus 2 years now to like go and change what kind of competition I'm doing. So it's nice. I think just accepting that your path is going to change is going to make the best of it.
Nice, very nice. Um, Chris, you got any follow up to that, or can I jump in?
No, I think that was a great answer. Yeah, you can follow up whatever you want.
Yeah. So I think you kind of touched on this a little bit, but with your experience of like kind of the ups and the downs of college athletics so far, and maybe just college life in general, but is there any advice that you might give to somebody who's entering kind of like the college athletics world, um, how to handle those ups and downs? Maybe drawing on your experience. What was difficult? How'd you find success? Support networks. Anything that you thought was really important in kind of managing the times that you maybe weren't anticipating, but that were the most difficult?
I think the biggest thing is finding some time for yourself. It's very draining, like, obviously physically, like, mentally. Like, it takes up a lot of time, it's a lot of work, and especially, like, when you're in college athletics, like, your emotions are attached to the game. Like, you have a bad game, you're gonna feel bad. I think the best part about that is, like, it doesn't have to be that way. It can 5 minutes. Thanks, Ian. But, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, advice. But I think coming in, like, you just gotta, like, advocate for yourself. And not in a way of, like, going out and like trying to like speak up to people, but just kind of like advocating for yourself in your own mind. Like, don't let poor performance make you feel less about yourself. Like, advocate for yourself in your head and be like, like I did do well in this. Like, I am a good athlete. I deserve to be here. All that stuff. I think sports, a lot of it is mental. I mean, it translates.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. I think one thing I'm curious about that I kind of might connect your answer to is almost like imposter syndrome. Do you have you had any experience with imposter syndrome? Is there anything that like you've really struggled with feeling like, an outsider in a place where, it's clear that you belong, but you can't quite convince yourself that, that's where you deserve to be?
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like it's so easy when you have a bad day to be like, this is too much for me. I'm not good enough to do it. I can't handle it. But at the end of the day, like, your coach brought you here because you can do it, or they saw potential in you. And you got to see the potential in yourself. You just got to, like, remember that nobody feels like they're doing, like, the right thing. Like, nobody is going to feel, like, completely 100% confident in themselves all the time, especially with sports. Like, everyone feels the same way you are. Everyone was once like an incoming freshman and was like scared for things and like thought everyone was better than them. You just gotta remind yourself like you're not the only one in that boat, and talk to the people around you. Like on the days you're like, wow, like this is kind of scary. This is kind of tough. Talk to your teammates, and I think finding a culture like a team culture where everyone like can get along and get through his hard times is the best. I'm really blessed that like the Rider Feel Hockey girls are all my best friends.
Thank you. I'm gonna cut in. We're kind of at towards the end of our free 40-minute WebEx, so I'm gonna stop this meeting and we're gonna start another one. So make sure to join us for part two. We're gonna finish this awesome discussion. Yeah, you don't want to miss it.